hold on a little longer. Help is on the way. Hey, Larry.
Give your heart to him, become a believer in the one who is our lost soul receiver. There's nobody like him. You've never seen anybody like Jesus. You've never met anybody like him.
The views, opinions, positions, or strategies expressed on WLAF TV 12 do not necessarily reflect those of the staff, management, ownership, or advertisers of WLAF TV 12, 1450 WLAF Radio, FM 100.9, or 1450WLAF.com.
Hey, this is Mark with Insurance Consultants. You're used to seeing Blake McCoy sitting here, and I'm up here cutting a new commercial for y'all to look at. I help people with have Medicare and TennCare, and if you've got any questions about what you're eligible for, whether you should be getting extra benefits, is your plan changing, or do you even need anything to go with your Medicare, those are the types of questions I can help you with. Please give me a call at 1-866-691-5571. I'll be glad to give you a call, and as always, we charge nothing for our services. If we can help you in any way, we'll be glad to do it. Y'all have a good day.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor. Here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, I'm Ann Love with Linda Kilgore State Farm Agency. I have worked in the insurance and financial services industry for over 20 years, formerly with the John R.W. Brown Agency. I'm a native Campbell County and enjoy helping people with their insurance needs. Stop by and see me for all your insurance needs.
Now with a full line of independent rear suspension options, the all-new Foreman Rubicon and Rancher automatic DCT models are equally ready to work and have fun. Part of the growing ATV family from Honda.
Why do my customers choose Husqvarna Power Equipment? That's easy, because my landscaping crew has to rely on a durable product.
I need the performance and quality that Husqvarna provides.
And the innovative products that help me move on with my day.
For maintenance parts or accessories, I don't have to go far. I know my Husqvarna dealer is right around the corner.
Make the impossible possible and visit a Husqvarna dealer near you.
Visit your local Husqvarna dealer or go to Husqvarna.com for more information.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome again to Campbell County Issues. Tonight's show is being brought to you by True Value Homes in Huntsville, Tennessee. True Value Homes, folks. Right now, if like I've said many a time here, if you've got a deed, you can get a home, and what a good time. And folks, it's Christmas time, and you men, if you've been wanting that house for so long for your wife, right now is a great time. It's a great time. That's True Value Homes in Huntsville, Tennessee, at the Highway 27 and 63 junction. You can't miss it. You go up to exit 141. You go about 19 miles to the second red light, and those red lights are only about 500 to 1,000 feet apart. And you see it right there on the left, so can't miss it. And they've got some wonderful, beautiful homes. And if you want something a little different, I'm sure they can get that for you too. You can give Keith Klothfelder a call at 423-663-8633. Also, Ron's Indoor Flea Market. Hey folks, they still got some of those UGG boots, and they were on sale tonight for $60. He's got North Face stuff, but he's got all kinds of antiques. You just need to go down there and check him out and tell him that RL sent you, and I greatly appreciate it. Folks, there's a couple of things I wanted to talk about tonight, but first of all, I want to say this. You know, the last 2 years, March a year ago, my wife got very, very, very ill. Never dreamed that she would be doing as well as she is today. And then this year I've had a lot more illness than anybody cared for. So I'm thankful that we both are doing so much better. So much better. And things look pretty bright. And I look forward to getting a couple of more years in here. I want to make that 25 years, and it might, you never know, but I love what I do, and I'll continue to do it as long as I can get here and my health holds out. So I hope you all enjoy it. But I'm open tonight for just about any kind of discussion you want to talk about. It doesn't matter to me one way or the other, because, you know, I've seen a couple of debates on the Republican side and the Democrat side, and you all know that I'm pretty much I'd say about 85% of my way of thinking is towards the Democrat Party. I've got one son that's kind of in the neutral zone, and I got a son that's 100% Republican. I mean 100%. There's no thinking about it. And anyway, and I was raised in a family. My grandmother was total Republican, and my grandfather was Democrat. So what does that make any difference? Does it make really any difference? And the reason why I bring that particular issue up tonight is last night on my show I had a couple of calls talking about who and what, and basically I said it didn't make any difference, because they asked me who I was going to vote for, and I said I'll vote for Hillary Clinton. And I had a couple of saying, well, how could you do that? How can you say that? How can you trust her? One guy even called me after the show was over and was holding while I was getting ready to leave, and he wanted to ask me, he said, how can you even think about voting for Hillary Clinton? How can you trust her? And my question was, who do you really trust in politics these days and time? Didn't George Bush and Dick Cheney convince the world that Iraq had weapons of mass destruction? Didn't they pull the whole world in? And ask the question about what Clinton said in Saturday night, and I don't know how many people watched it. Probably said this was only like 6 million people tuned in to that debate. Because what she said was, I think that we are pretty much where we need to be. We do have a plan in place, and things is coming together. And whenever you look around and you've got 45 or 46 countries that's actually supporting that issue of what's being done instead of putting boots on the ground. And I've said here even, how could anyone vote for Ted Cruz when he says he's going to see if if Sam will light up? And you know he's got to be referring to nuclear weapons, and you start and you just start bombing and killing kids and women and the people. These radicals, they're cowards. They are using, well, it just like here. How many times when you was growing up if a kid run and hid behind daddy or a mama, and how we would think about that? Or mom and dad was always sheltering their children. Well, it's the same way in a war. These people are using their children. And we don't know whether they're on our side or on whose side, but whenever you've got 45 other or 46 other countries and they're willing to start fighting their own people. Now, all Muslims are not bad people, folks. So anyway, I'm willing to talk to you about anything you want to talk to me about tonight. But like I said, we've got this big deal coming up. And tonight, I knew that when I come here, that it would be a very slow night. Because when you go to the supermarkets, and you go to Walmart, and you go to Lowe's, and anywhere you go, and it's packed. There's not very many people home to talk to you. But we still got a show to go on and a show to do. So, anybody got anything to talk about? I'm all ready to go. You're on the air. Go ahead, you're on the air.
Hello?
Yes, go ahead, ma'am.
Why don't we talk about what we're thankful for tonight?
Hey, I'm all for that because you heard me right off the bat to tell you what I was thankful for. Go ahead.
Well, I'm thankful that Jesus came and died on the cross for us and made a way for us to go to heaven if we trusted in Him and asked Him to save us. Most of all, that's what I'm thankful for, but I'm also thankful for my family and hope that we and everybody else have a very Merry Christmas.
Well, you know, it's really great to think and to believe. The main thing is not think, but believe that there's a better place to go to. And that's, you know.
If you read your Bible, if people read the Bible, they'll know there's a better place to go to.
And you know, I know that there's a lot of people gets mad at me, and they say, how can he, you know, I think that we, here on earth, I really do believe that if there is a hell, it's right here where we're at. And what we're trying to do is strive to get away from here into that better place. And,
the Bible tells us plain that there is a hell, an eternal hell.
That's.
And it's not here.
We don't know where it's at.
Well, the Bible describes that hell as being, you know, hell in the ground where the devil's at. Where the devil's at.
Well, I really do. I've always felt, even as a kid, but you know, that what I needed to be.
Bible tells us, the Bible tells us in there that
about the lake of fire.
No, what I was going to talk about, the Bible tells us that we're going to have trouble in this earth. I can't remember all the verses and everything, but it tells us that, especially if you become a Christian, you're going to have probably more trouble than other people do. Because the devil, he knows that Jesus has got somebody, saved, and they're he's gonna try to attack them and discourage them and do everything he can to them while they're alive.
I understand that. I do.
The Bible tells you that. And, that's the devil's job. Real big job is to discourage people and try to keep them from getting saved and everything.
Yeah, I understand that. I do. I mean, really, but like I said, and I'm not saying that in a way that to make people that or have even one think that I'm a disbeliever, because I'm not a disbeliever. I'm a full-blooded believer, because how could this all happen? But I don't know what it is, but I've always, even as a kid, I've always felt, especially whenever I was a kid, the preaching that they was trying to scare you into heaven instead of teaching you and coaching you into heaven. It was always
well, I don't think they should try to, if somebody goes to church and they find out they're not saved, they're not supposed to try to pull them up or scare them up.
Yeah, but at my age, I've seen many of that things. Didn't you?
No, not really.
Yeah, I've seen quite a bit of it where I was raised. But I know what you're saying, ma'am, and but like I said, I think sometimes that if we were, no matter how good things are going here, there's a better place to go to, isn't there?
Oh yeah.
Appreciate your call.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. You're on the air.
Well, it was on our local Channel 12 news this evening that Dave Dunaway has filed suit for the Senior Citizen Center down there against Gary Chadwell, Jim Slusher, Gary Kidd, and that lady for $1 million. What's your opinion on that?
I still hope to this day that it can be worked out.
Gary Chadwell, they charged him with the main part of it, slander against the senator.
Well, I don't want to get, because I said something last week. I know I shouldn't have said it. I meant to say it in a different way, but I did mean to get pretty straight about it, because I did feel that there was, well, my friend, and he's still my friend. If he don't want me to be his friend, that's fine. He's my friend, because I like Jerry, and I don't want anything to happen. But
he might be wanting to borrow his money from me.
Well, let me tell you this. And I don't want to get in the middle of a lawsuit or anything, but Mr. Slusher said on his show, and I think that's what set it off. Mr. Slusher said, we stopped them from getting a parking lot. We stopped that. We stopped them from getting that meat that with a sign on it, not for sale, because that's against the law. And he took, and he said, the lady, he said, I don't know exactly how he said it, but anyway, it was in reference to, she's my friend, and I am against the senior citizens, lest we can get this worked out for her. He took ownership of actually trying to, I guess, shut down or whatever that ownership was to the senior citizens place down there. And I think that's what broke the camel's back was, now I do remember Jerry holding up a piece of paper saying that's your tax dollars at work, my friends, but he said, I am not against, and I'm not taking this personal, but Mr. Slusher did come back and take ownership, and I actually, well, Jerry would have to tell you himself. I told Jerry, I said, Jerry, You just need to leave Mr. Slusher at home for a week or two and let this die down, because he shouldn't have never done that. Whenever you take ownership of something like that, it's no matter what the issue is, when you take ownership, then you become part of the problem. And the problem is, regardless of what we think, there's a problem that was between the senior citizens and a person. And that problem wasn't against Jerry Chadwell or Mr. But Mr. Slusher took ownership. It's plain as it can be. You can hear it on TV and on the tapes. It was plain as it can be, and I think that's what broke the camel's back. I don't know.
I don't know how it's going to turn out, but I believe it will go to court, and they've done away. Don't take the case for nothing.
I guarantee you don't. And I'm
$1 million, and the way I heard it on the 5 o'clock news, that Jerry Chadwell was the main culprit of all of it. It was actually aimed at the talk show. There's no question about that. That was the headlines on the Christian Journal. In fact, about it. On the news this evening that he did file a suit for a
Well, there's no question. That suit was filed last Thursday.
And the senator has gone down to nearly nothing.
Yes.
And the city of LaFollette did, at their expense, tore down 2 houses and made parking places for the center at no cost to the center. But the county refused to blacktop it on the account of Mr. Slusher. So the people,
I think that's
as well as not have a parking lot because they can't use it.
Well, I think that's what broke the camel's back on it. I really do, because Mr. Slusher took ownership of making sure that it didn't get paved, and he took ownership of that they got no more that deer meat and whatever else that was happening. He was taking ownership, and you can't do that.
We'll be interested. We'll let you go, bud.
Okay, appreciate your call. No, like I said, I didn't know Jerry Chadwell a long time ago, but I know that I probably for 3 or 4 years, Jerry's or maybe longer, has substituted for me. And what he said the other night, I won't use Jerry anymore if that's because unless something other changes. And I haven't talked to Jerry. I talked to Jerry on his show last Wednesday night, and I did say to Jerry, as plain as I could say it, whenever he come here and sat down, he said he was here for one thing, and I didn't. I mean, whenever it was actually accusing me of lying, and it got to me a little bit. I didn't, but I was just. I was going to say something, but I left out part of it. Instead of saying, this is the way I done it. I said, "Damn it, Jerry, you're stupid." I should have said, "Do you think, or you're not that stupid, or do you think I'm stupid?" But whenever I said and left out the think or are you, he didn't give me enough time to say anything else. And I apologize for that, and I still apologize tonight for it. I mean, there's no question I said it in a quick way and shouldn't have done it. Really shouldn't have done it. But let me tell you, in this kind of setting, and I've been doing this for 22 years, I've had 3 or 4 of these bad things and said things that I regret saying after I said them. But we were doing a show, election show in Scott County, and we were giving election returns and all this and that, And we had some people that was running the cameras and running the show and everything else, and we was off-site. And anyway, I thought the cameras were shut down, and folks, I'm not a goody two-shoes. I use some of the four-letter words that I shouldn't use at the time, and I know that. But I said, I used the F word, and it went out over. Everybody on the cable system heard me say it. Well, but chastised, I got it. Because I just said, if we can't do any better than this, we'll just the thing down. But anyway, the next day, I called the people that own the company, the cable company, and they lived in Michigan. And the guy told me, he taught me a lesson. He said, no, they can't do a thing to you. Don't worry about that. Because this is happening. This is a PSC channel. It's just like Channel 12 here, and I'll get your call in just a minute. Channel 12 here is not responsible for anything that I say or do, or Jerry or anybody else. Who's responsible? If they've got Comcast cable is responsible. But these things that we said and those slip-ups, they do not even take them seriously. You're on the air.
Oh, well, you know, we're talking about them down there, but you know, it's something to say that you take it personal because of a certain one person down there, then you cause all the others to suffer.
Absolutely.
Without trying to work it out, and it takes time. I mean, you can't just sit down there in 30 minutes, an hour, and work it out.
No.
I mean, you got to get them to negotiate between one another. But this year being personal, knocking them out of the parking lot and stuff like that, being blacktop, I just don't believe in stuff like that.
I don't either. And I'll tell you this, no matter.
Not bleeding, hurting 100 just on account of one's feelings got hurt. And I really don't.
I don't either. I'm the same way. And there is a unwritten law out there. You don't mess with children or you don't mess with the elderly.
That's right. And that's messing with the elderly people right there.
Because, I mean, you know, you got poor old people out there right now worried, am I going to get my meal next week?
Yeah, right. You know.
And if it's $2 or if it's 10, and then Mr. Slusser, and then I want to get away from this if I can. Mr. Slusser did. I called him Wednesday, and Mr. Slusser said, you know, hey, it's against the law. And I said, well, let me ask you something. He said, I don't break the law. I said, do you drive between Kerrville and Jacksboro? What's the difference in driving between Kerrville and Jacksboro at 70 mile an hour or 50 mile an hour whenever the speed limit says 45?
There you go.
That's breaking the law. And who in their right mind is going to go down there and sue somebody over feeding the elderly deer meat?
Yeah. You know what? I tended with one to see them eating that deer steak and sitting there wishing they could get something to eat.
Or throwing that deer meat out to the dogs.
Yeah. But now, when you go to see them eat it, wishing they could get it to eat.
Absolutely. Give them a choice. If they don't want it, they don't have to take it.
That's right. If they don't want it, they don't have to take it. But if they want it, leave them alone. Let them have it.
And I talked to a person last night about the Meals on Wheels.
Yeah.
And he delivered Meals on Wheels for quite a while. And he said that, you know, you went to and picked up Meals on Wheels at 2 or 3 different places that prepared the food. Now, I don't know what they do down here or not. They prepare it all. But he says you get food at this place, and you get food over here at this place, and you might get food at another. Then you deliver to all this, and people don't get from the same place every time. And he says, I had a lady that I took her a plate from a different place of what she got all the time, and I didn't have none, and she wouldn't take it. He said, okay, if you're not, I can't help that. It's not my fault. I'm not eating that from that place. And he said, well, I never did go back there no more. I just told the lady that's in charge of this, you're going to have to find someone else at a least, because I'm not going to let that lady chew me out over a meal. I'm volunteering to take this meal to someone, and then they're going to chew me out. I can't help it.
No, sir. But you know what? It's a sad thing in this world that the elderly people has to do about stuff a lot of times just on account of somebody else a bigger than us.
Right. Well, I appreciate your call.
Thank you.
Thank you. I got to take a break. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
Hey y'all, it's Mark Beckman with Insurance Consultants. Appreciate you tuning in tonight. You're used to seeing Blake McCoy sitting here, and tonight I'm going to sit in, and if you need any questions answered about Medicare, TennCare, how these benefits work together, do you qualify for extra help, those sorts of things, I can sure help out. Please give me a call, 866-691-5571.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, I'm Linda Kilgore. This is my 35th year with State Farm, my 25th year here in Campbell County. I'm not a high-pressure salesman. I like to just sit down with my customers and help them decide what's right for them. Thank you, and I hope to see you soon.
Razor, Ranger, Sportsman, Ace. If you live for the outdoors, there's a Polaris to match your passion. Confident, comfortable, capable. That's Ace. With a solo cockpit, automotive controls, independent suspension, all-wheel drive, and up to 45 horses of fuel-injected power. Calling it revolutionary would be an understatement. Polaris, the world leader in off-road innovation.
Why do my customers choose Husqvarna Power Equipment? That's easy, because my landscaping crew has to rely on a durable product.
I need the performance and quality that Husqvarna provides.
And the innovative products that help me move on with my day.
For maintenance parts or accessories, I don't have to go far. I know my Husqvarna dealer is right around the corner.
Make the impossible possible and visit a Husqvarna dealer near you.
Visit your local Husqvarna dealer or go to Husqvarna.com for more information.
Okay, Ron's Golf Carts and Indoor Flea Market. Folks, he's got a good sale going on now. Ugg boots, and they're $60. The North Face jackets, the rain jackets, most of them are small. He's only got 7 left. And he had a truckload of them things down there. They have gone fast, folks. So you better get down there tomorrow, and if you're wanting those North Face rain jackets, they will be gone tomorrow. You can bet on it. So get down there and check it out. And also True Value Homes in Huntsville bringing you tonight's show. And Tennessee Outdoors, if you folks out there that just deer hunting, they've got to be killing them. There's so many deer over there anymore, folks. It's just, it's not good. And actually, there are too many bear over there right now, because they're coming into people's yard. And you know, they're supposed to be hibernated by now, but this warm weather, they've not done it. And this lady had one up a tree in her backyard last week. So, but we don't want you to kill in our bear right now, but they're getting to be too many of them, absolutely. But anyway, give me a call. Just like the lady said, this is a great time to tell everybody what you're thankful for this year. And I hadn't heard from Mr. Henson in 3 weeks. I hope he's not sick or his family's not sick. And I hope I haven't hurt his feelings in any way. But I haven't heard from him in 3 weeks. Now, and I can understand why some people are not calling me tonight. They're upset at me, and I realize that. But I know that there's a lot of people out there that is watching that don't ever call in. But I know that there's, I realize that there's more people out right now shopping probably than been in since 2000. It's just absolutely wall to wall everywhere you look. We went to Knoxville the other day and wall to wall. I've been here today, and everything is just about at wall to wall. Parking lots full. Even Big Lots tonight was. In the parking lot, there's 20 or 30 cars in the parking lot at Big Lots. So there ain't nobody home because the weather is warm. You know, whenever I left home today, it was like in the 40s. And whenever I came in here a while ago, on my car now, it was in the 60s. So it's getting warmer, and it's supposed to be Christmas Day in the 70s. And the all-time record is 71, I believe it is, in Knoxville. So we'll be even higher than that, because I guess this rain and whatever is a little higher, and we might even get warmer up in this area than they get down in Knoxville. But anyway, give me a call. I hate to sit here all night just talking to myself, and if you want to jump all over me, come on and jump all over me. That's fine too. I don't have any problem with that, because we'll talk to you about anything you want to talk about. Mr. Van, I've had and like I say, I came over early today, and the case with Mr. Van, and I had a couple of people even yesterday over in Scott County say I would not have taken a plea bargain with Mr. Van until he actually showed us or told us exactly where that body was at. Now, I've been told a couple of things, and whether they're true or not, I'd have no idea. And I don't know whether I even need to be talking about this, but it's been so long that the family, you still hurt, and they'll hurt till the day they die. But, you know, you're able to deal with it. God made us this way, that we are always able to take and move forward with our lives. And until he showed us exactly where the body was at. And according to the paper, now he's admitted that he did kill Miss Daugherty. But I never would have taken a plea bargain from him until he showed us the body, or exactly where we could find the body. Now, I was told it was put into a 160-foot area of water. That's about how deep the water is there. And there was a lot of silt and old trees and stuff in the bottom of that 160 feet. But knowing where she's at, where they could have closure, and as long as it's been there, it's virtually be impossible to recover that body. I just wonder how some of you feel out there about that, because we had basically the same thing happen at home it's been about 7 years ago now. This guy actually killed his wife, and I can say without any reservations whatsoever, that woman called me twice and told me that he's going to kill me. I went to the law and I told them. They said, ain't a thing we can do. Well, he killed her, and it was about a year and a half before he ever gave up. I'll tell you how other things about it. You're on the air.
I don't believe that little fat man can carry that woman down the lake, and afterward they say that she might be. I believe she's out Cedar Creek over that bridge somewhere. Or they burn her. He's burned her somewhere in a brush pile. And if they check on that day, December 2nd, anybody had a brush pile burn, they might find the body in a brush pile. But I do not believe she's in that lake at that Sugar Holler, because that is rough territory what they're talking about. Now, all you have to do is just take her out this little further, Cedar Creek Bridge, dump her across the bridge, and she's gone.
Well, now, the person that I talked to said that the water there was pretty deep, but now...
Get to it, boy. Get to it. He is not going to carry a dead woman.
Well, he didn't have to, probably didn't have to carry a dead woman more than 10 or 15 feet, because he put her in a boat, and that boat could have been anywhere. And now I was told that he actually admitted that he put her into, or tied her to a cedar tree, and he had cut and bound her into that, and had went to a hardware store or something and bought 2 cinder blocks. And those cinder blocks, they found residue of those cinder blocks in his car, and they found blood. And that's
how easy would it have been to take her to Cedar Creek Bridge, just right out the road, middle of the bridge, take him same cinder bricks keep talking about, she her in that duffel bag, toss her across the bridge.
Yeah.
And I do not believe nobody searched that area, because they've not said nothing about it.
Well, I understand what you're saying, but
he could stay on the bridge and throw that body into the lake.
Well, 9 times out of 10, you want to take it as far away from where most people would think it could be. I'd say, I don't know, but here's the thing about it. Huh?
I don't believe you take it to your own boat. That's his family's place out there. You don't take a body to your own boat.
It don't seem like you would, does it?
It sure don't.
But
if they find out somebody had a big fire built that day, would have been him. You know, this thing was planned without a doubt. Because if you realize the reason that he done this lady this way, they've never told the reason that he done this lady this way, but I believe everybody knows why he done it.
Well, you have an idea?
Yes, I do.
Well, would you care to share it with us?
Well, there's a little 13-year-old girl, 2013, this fella molested out there at the church house.
I know what you're talking about.
A 13-year-old girl, he was a school teacher. He took his 13-year-old girl out to the church where Miss Doherty and her husband attends church. Now, according to all the paper, Mr. Doherty was a witness in that case. And how in the world could that judge put that case of that 13-year-old girl in with this case here, and then that case over in South Carolina where he held up them 2 people? How can you bunch all them into one case? I do not understand that. At one armed robbery, he should have got the 40 years. The second armed robbery, he could have got another 40 years. These were armed robberies with a gun.
Right.
And the little girl, the 13-year-old girl, how many juveniles what if your daughter, your granddaughter, was took out of school by a teacher? He was a school teacher.
Oh, I know, because, you know, I talked...
He took her out of that school, and it was on tape, that public record, that he was trying to kiss her and hug her in that church, and it was on the camera was rolling in the church, and that is exactly the reason the tape was gone, and that is the exact reason, in my opinion, that Mrs. Doherty got killed.
Okay. I've heard that story too. Appreciate your call.
All right.
Thank you. Bye-bye. You're on the air.
Yeah, well, I think people just pray for the family and try to keep as much off of there as they can, because I'll tell you, the mind can really play a part on people that's been really hurt by kids.
It sure can. I agree with you.
It sure affects the husband and the kids awful bad.
No question about it, because, but you know, like you said, but like the caller said, you know, he's kind of upset about the plea bargain, because I think Mr. Elfner did say that there would not be that much plea bargaining, but the family has to accept that plea bargain. You know that.
Oh yeah.
So okay.
But I think the ones that they've got it sort of a little bit of closure and stuff, I think people should let them be the ones that if they want to say anything, say it. And
you're saying exactly what I was getting ready to say. Is, you know, the family.
It's hurtful to them.
Yeah, because like I say, I had several people to say to me, hey, I didn't think that Mr. Elfner was going to plea bargain. But the thing about it is, this plea bargain, folks, it has to be, the family has to accept that plea bargain. And if they didn't want to accept that, and they wanted to go on with that trial, or wanted to go on, and like I say, if they had a plea bargain with Mr. Van, they may have never got closure.
No, they may not.
Because he could have went to jail for, like the man said, for 40 years.
And that's what they was trying to get, some closure.
Right, and so, hey.
Listen, I tell you what, man, they went through living hell. I mean, honest to God, them people had.
Well, I don't doubt that a bit. I don't doubt that a bit.
I just couldn't imagine if it was mine or my daughter. I just couldn't, you know, I just couldn't.
Well, I'd like my wife said, they would be trying me.
Yeah, me too, Lord.
Appreciate your call.
But thank you.
Thank you. You're on the air.
Mark it down, RL. He'll be out in 20 years. Mark it down. He'll be out in 20 years.
Well, I doubt seriously if I'm going to be around to check it out. I mean, that's not funny, but I doubt seriously if I'll be, because I'm 73 now.
Let me tell you this. They used to. Let me tell you this. That Houston man over in Knoxville on the news tonight. You know who I'm talking about. One that threatened to kill officers and all that stuff. They give him 40 years in prison too. Out in 30. Got out today.
Oh my gosh. Appreciate
it. Out today. You know the Houstons.
Yes.
There's two of them, my brother and the other.
Down in Roane County.
And he got out today.
Oh man.
So, good behavior. Mr. Van will be out in 15, 20 years. It's not that long.
Yeah. Appreciate your call, buddy.
Unless somebody kills him on account of that little 13-year-old girl.
Oh, that's not talk like that. Appreciate your call.
13-year-old girl. Only half of your girl.
But like I said, they'd be trying me.
Would you want to spend much time with these other things 3 years later?
Well, really not, no. But again, like you don't know what the family's thinking, and like you said, like the lady or the man said earlier, you know, I don't know how deep we need to get into this, but you don't know until you get there. But I did talk about this at length when it first happened. I felt the school teacher should have been relieved immediately, but he wasn't.
15 years. I'll say 15 years. If you still around 15 years, I'll call you.
Okay, thank you. No, I won't be here doing this show 15 years. Oh, I'm sorry I missed your call. And give me a call. I'm sorry I missed you. Oh, here it is, I guess. Back now. You're on the air.
Ariel,
Uh-huh.
I'd just like to say that I graduated with Miss Stardy. We went to high school together. I graduated with her. She was a very, very, very sweet person. And in my class, we had 292 seniors, and I think every one of us loved her. And my heart goes out to the family because I know what it's done to me. I mean, it's left a mark on my heart, left a hole in my heart, and I can't imagine what her family feels like.
Yeah, I understand.
So my prayers just go out to the family, and I hope they do get some closure.
I agree with, well, I hope this plea bargain did give them the closure that they were looking for.
Right.
Okay?
Thanks a lot, buddy.
Okay, thank you. And now, and I wanted to not dwell on this particular issue, but it's something similar that happened in Scott County, like I said, about 6 or 7 years ago. Now, let me get these calls. You're on the air.
Listen, I really appreciate if you just change the subject. I'm a member of the family, immediate family, and I'd really be grateful. But the Romans are still very, very close to the family, and I'd really, the wounds will never be healed. I'd really appreciate it to respect the family and move on with this issue.
Okay, appreciate it. Now, I definitely, I don't want to talk about that issue, that one anymore. Like I say, sometimes you've got to find the closure, and his family is the one that has to find that closure, and I can definitely appreciate that. Now, I'll talk to you about any issue you want to talk about tonight. Doesn't matter to me one way or the other. But, you know, it is Christmas time, and we need to be talking about pleasant things or good things. And gasoline prices. I bought gas today under $1.70. I mean, everybody there's more people out shopping today than they've ever been shopping in my lifetime. I've never seen it. So most people must be working, and they're getting to put a little bit more money in their pocket. I filled up tonight for 14 gallon and 9/10, almost 15 gallon for $25. Under George Bush and 6 or 7 years ago, it cost me $60 to fill up. Because instead of it, well, it's $1.68, $1.70, you're talking about $3.40 if you double. Well, we had gas was more than $3.40 a gallon, and so you'd have to spend $50 or $60. Actually, my little old car it has cost me as much as $60 to fill it up, and I don't know. I don't know why people think that Obama is such a bad, or his administration, a bad president. I really don't. I can't see why the people think that he's the worst president we've ever had. I really don't. Now, what's the main thing that we're supposed to be doing in America? A president, they need to try to find us jobs. I remember that, you know, 8 and 10% unemployment. Now we're down under 5. Now, I don't like the wages that's being paid. I think that wages is just a little too low. I think they should have and I really do. I mean, I think it's absolute disgrace that we pay women less than we pay men. That's 79%, 79 cents to the dollar that we pay men versus women. That's not right, and not in America. It's not right no more than a man in the moon. It's not right. We have more gas and oil now, and so we had a thing that said that you couldn't. America could not transport or export petroleum products. Now they're fixing to start selling petroleum to other countries, and namely Japan, which is a great ally of ours, because we got so much. And they said that, oh, Obama won't let them drill. Well, they're drilling in more places now than they've ever drilled. So I don't understand why Obama's such a bad president. I really don't. And Mr. Cruz, like I said before, I couldn't support him if he is the only one running, and if he was running as a president. But he's about as radical as those radicals that's wanting to kill us. And those radicals, you know, when you got about, let's just say 20 million people that's in that radical group out of 2 billion, it's a very small percent. We're talking about 1% that's trying to kill us. Folks, we've got we have as many people killed in America as we, I mean, in 1 year, that it's, actually the percentage for killing in the whole Iraq war was probably what, 5,000, 6,000 people every year in America. Every year we have over 30,000 people killed, and they're killed with guns. I'm not talking about people that have car wrecks and stuff like that. They're killed, and you know, some of them's killed with the knives or tomahawks or whatever. But the thing about war is it just costs so much. And that's the biggest thing that's wrong with it. You're on the air.
I am.
Uh-huh.
I can't believe, do you not listen to any news?
I listen to it.
Do you not ever follow Obama?
Yes, very, very close.
Very close?
Yes.
Can't you see what he's doing?
No, I can't. I really can't.
You must be blind.
I must be. Well, I'm not only blind. If he's doing something that's so bad, I've got to be stupid.
Well,
because I can't see.
Think about him letting those 5 prisoners go for this one soldier.
Okay.
And then they get out and kill more people.
Okay. Well, let me tell you this. Our system.
He let them go. He is responsible for the murders they committed.
Well, the thing about it is, they other administrations done. In America, we have a system. You take people to court. Now, what I would have done with these people right off the bat, instead of building something that's costing us probably $1 billion a year down in Cuba, if I was going to never try them or give them a thing, because it's not American justice the way we do our justice, I just went ahead and killed them.
Yeah.
So but what are we doing? What are we doing to America when we put people in prison and we never give them a trial, and we won't bring them to the United States? It's cost us.
What is Obama doing to America?
Well, wait a minute. Now, let me ask you this. How many of those people were put in prison down there under George Bush, and how many of them was released? Several of them was released. Now, they kept a hardened criminal, but again, that to me is just it's such a small thing of how many people is those people going to kill them? Go ahead, if they've done something, give them a trial and kill them. Don't.
Okay, let's get off the prisoners. That's just one thing.
Okay.
Among many things that he has done.
Okay.
What about him sending our tax dollars to support the ISIS so they can come over here, and then he lets them come over here so they can kill us?
I don't know what you're talking about there. He don't send money to ISIS. Whenever you got those refugees, it's people. The ISIS is killing those people, and Syria is killing those.
And ISIS is coming with them.
ISIS.
It's letting too many immigrants in this country.
No. We're all immigrants one way or another. I don't think so anyway. I might be wrong. Let me tell you, I'm on up on a hard break. Would you care to hold and we'll talk about this when I get back?
Sure.
Okay. We're going to take a break. We'll be back right after these words from our sponsors.
Hey, this is Mark with Insurance Consultants. You're used to seeing Blake McCoy sitting here, and I'm up here cutting a new commercial for y'all to look at. I help people have Medicare and TennCare, and if you've got any questions about what you're eligible for, whether you should be getting extra benefits, is your plan changing, or do you even need anything to go with your Medicare, those are the types of questions I can help you with. Please give me a call at 1-866-691-5571. I'll be glad to give you a call, and as always, we charge nothing for our services. If we can help you in any way, we'll be glad to do it. Y'all have a good day.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, my name is Jeremy Pierce. I may not be Jake from State Farm, but I do wear khakis. I've been here with Linda Kilgore's office for 2 years. I enjoy helping people make a decision regarding their insurance based on their needs and wants. I'm fully licensed. I enjoy selling auto, home, and life insurance. So feel free to come in or call in any time, and I'll be glad to help you.
Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT. The Mule Pro FXT is engineered to smooth out the most rugged terrain. Over 8.5 inches of suspension travel make uneven surfaces feel a lot less jarring, while a tight 16-foot turning radius combined with electric power steering means easy and effortless cornering on a dime. Engine braking is tuned for a controlled feel when heading downhill, and high output LED headlights light up the way. Round out this exceptional package with the maximum stopping power of front and rear disc brakes, and there's almost nothing the Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT.
Why do my customers choose Husqvarna Power Equipment? That's easy, because my landscaping crew has to rely on a durable product.
I need the performance and quality that Husqvarna provides.
And the innovative products that help me move on with my day.
For maintenance parts or accessories, I don't have to go far. I know my Husqvarna dealer is right around the corner. Make the impossible possible and visit a Husqvarna dealer near you.
Visit your local Husqvarna dealer or go to Husqvarna.com for more information.
Okay, we're back. True Value Homes bringing you tonight's show, and Ron's Golf Cart at La Follette Indoor Flea Market. Go ahead now, ma'am.
What I was going to say, well, I was on the immigrant thing, but let me just ask you this. Well, I've done lost my train of thought. Before Obama got in there, and I was sort of happy I didn't vote for him, and I was sort of happy he did because he was black, and he seemed like a smart man. But, boy, I sure was sorry after I was happy.
You know, I know a lot of people, it's that way. My sister, she was a Democrat and her husband's a full-blooded Republican, and he's actually converted her. But let me ask you this. Do you know, we talk about this ISIS stuff that's here, and we've gotten, what, as far as I can put together, we've had the people down in Texas, down at Fort Hood, Texas, that soldier down there killed a couple of people. We had the thing that was down in Chattanooga where 5 people were killed. Then we had the 14, so that's 19 and 3. Now let's stop. Let's think about this.
California.
How many people have we had killed in this kind of thing over abortion clinics, or about Planned Parenthood, or about other things? And when you know that in Chicago, just about a month and a half ago, we had 71 murders in Chicago. So this thing about ISIS.
We have our own murders, yes.
Yeah, and
our
so
own killings. But Obama is making it worse.
I don't think But George Bush, there was 3,000 got killed under George Bush. 3,000 at one lick.
I'm talking about to let them come in here.
He's not letting them come in here, other than, and I don't know that we could ever.
Obama wants all Christians dead too, because he's not a Christian.
Oh, now there, you hit a different note there. Are we going to have a Christian war in America? That's what those idiots over there wants us to do. That's exactly what they want us to do. They want a holy war.
That's just the Bible being fulfilled.
They want a holy war. Well, they are the ones that must believe it more than we do, because they want a holy war. And if they get to and
Obama's helping them, I think.
No.
My opinion is that the mafia or whatever has put Obama in there to ruin the United States.
Listen, he's won the largest margin of votes, electoral votes. I
don't believe that either. I believe they messed the vote.
Okay, I can't convince you. You can't convince me. But you know, I love this kind of conversation because it's definitely.
I'm neither Democrat nor Republican.
It's what democracy is all about. Is we can discuss these things, but like I say, I look at it a different, because I believe in separation of church and state, because these people it's over there that's trying to kill everybody and get into this thing. They're religious fanatics. We don't believe the way that, in fact about it, in Iraq today, one of those suicide bombers rode in right into where our barracks is at and killed 6 people. Well, under Ronald Reagan, that guy in Lebanon drove right straight in Beirut and blowed up 270-something Americans he killed. It's not just one president. It's every one of them. It's everyone. And there's nothing you can do.
Soldiers are going to get killed, yeah.
Yeah, when you got those idiots out there that don't care to kill themselves, in the name of God. They are killing themselves in the name of God. There's nothing we can do about it. There is nothing. I don't care what's president, who's there. You can't do nothing about it.
As I was going to say a minute ago, before he became president, I thought he would be a good president. But before he became president, blacks and whites were getting along pretty good. But afterwards, he has stirred the race card up so bad that a lot of blacks hate the whites.
Well,
and vice versa.
And the whites hate the blacks too. I agree with you.
But that's it, vice versa.
Yeah, it is. It is. Appreciate your time.
They have shoved this racist thing down everybody's throat.
Well, and it's both sides. I'll guarantee you. I'll agree with you. And
yeah, but the media don't cover anything but when a black gets killed. It doesn't matter if a white gets killed. And also, do you believe in giving up your gun?
Yes, I do. Let me clarify that. I believe in giving up the weapons, the military weapons that's meant to kill lots of people. I don't believe that they should even be allowed to make them and sell them in the United States. I don't believe.
They want us to give our guns up.
They're not going to get my gun. I'm not going to give my gun up. But I don't think that they ever have ever even mentioned about taking people's guns coming into your house. But they should never be able to sell or make that.
Well, that's what I've heard, that they want to.
Oh,
they want to take your guns. They want everybody to give their guns.
No. National Rifle Association will tell you anything. I used to belong to them, but till I felt like it.
I'm not listening to National Rifle Association.
They don't represent me anymore. They're the strongest lobby group in Washington D.C.
I'm listening to my heart.
Oh, okay. Appreciate your call, ma'am. I love the call. Thank you very much. Bye-bye. You're on the air.
Two more things, I'm going to let you go tonight.
Well, you're not bothering me. Hey, I need somebody to talk to tonight.
The Bartley boy got 45 years. Is that correct?
You know, I don't remember exactly how much he got, but...
Got 45 years, just black, well, I think that's what...
I believe, he actually served 8, didn't he?
Okay. He got a new lawyer, the best lawyer he could get.
Yeah.
He got out on parole. I mean, the Bruce family still lost their husband. They lost their daddies. How do you think they feel? This here same Bartley boy broke parole. He went to Virginia. And what do you think about a law that can't even get him back here to serve his time for breaking the parole? And while he was in Virginia, it was in the paper that a little child was found dead.
Yes.
Didn't know how that happened. They still don't know how that happened. And I believe you said, Ariel, a few years ago, here in this county, a man got shot in the back. And the judge called it an act of
passion.
Compassion.
Yes.
He got 100 days.
Right.
He's out in 40.
Yes.
Now you tell me, our judge is right, our laws is right, and the United States did, according to Lindsey Graham, and I believe Lindsey Graham, they sent $152 billion to Iran. $152 billion and give it to Iran for their nuclear weapons. Not, they say it for nuclear research. I mean, that's a fact.
Oh, I'm not.
$152 billion, and one man shot one in the back. He got 90 days. Another shot a school teacher, left 2 kids as orphans, wife that'll never get over it. Same judge, given 45 years, got out on probation in 8. He broke probation, went to Virginia. This Tennessee can't get him back. If he get him back, he'd have to serve his time down here in jail. And I don't understand that. We got a $14 million jail, and they'll send people to Knox County to keep them. I don't understand that. They'll pay Knox County to keep them.
I wish to God I could answer your questions, okay?
And Van spent all his time in Knox County. He spent all his time in Knox County.
Yeah.
Why did he have to do that?
I wish I could answer your questions. There's no way I can answer them. I'm not even going to guess, okay?
Well, there's 4 things right there that Harold Hall has done. Barkley's still in Virginia. He's snubbing his nose at Judge Sexton down here. The one that give him parole and can't get him back. He's going to come back to Tennessee. They took him back one time. It was a different story.
Appreciate your call.
He's going to come back and be great. We'll let you go.
Thank you. Uh-oh. You're on the air. You're on the air. Well, I know somebody's trying to call me, folks. Okay, now call me back, because I accidentally cut you off or put you on hold or something other. I don't know. I don't know what I did. But no, all those questions you was asking, sir, I wished I could. I had an answer for you, but unless you get there, you don't know. And it's like serving on a commission. Folks, you don't know exactly what you do till you get there. You're on the air.
Yeah, I'd just like to wish you Merry Christmas.
Thank you very much. And I wish you and your family Merry Christmas.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye. Yeah, give me a call, folks. We've got about another 30, 35 minutes here and I'm still waiting for Mr. Henson at least to tell me whether he's okay or not. I hadn't heard from him in so long, and I know he used to call me every week, and he and I always, we don't argue, we just share information with each other, and like I say, I'm here and I hope to be here for another, at least 2 more years, because, oh, there he is. You're on the air.
Hey, good evening, Mr. Gibson.
Yeah, are you okay?
Oh, just fine.
Okay.
Having a good life about a lot of things, or trying to stay on the philosophical side of things. It's interesting about Mr. Obama, but let me, whenever y'all start talking about death and doing away with guns and you name it, how many people would you guess have been killed in mass shootings in America since the first day of January up to today?
I would say probably 70 or 80.
Well, most people say hundreds or 1,000. Right now, I brought up some statistics here on this thing, and there's been 57 people died in mass shootings. And a mass shooting is defined as where 4 people lose their life.
Yeah.
And not including the perpetrator. Now, if you go to the numbers, how many people do you think died from a bed in this period of time?
Died from what?
Falling out of bed.
Oh.
There's been 582 people. They've been over 10 times as many people.
And that's the reason I'm saying, why should we be scared of a mass shooting of ISIS? Because we have them. ISIS might have had 5 or 6, but we've had 56, and 50 of them is our own people killing each other.
Well, we've had 57 people killed in America this year from mass shooting. But now, whenever we talk about mass shooting, you said take up weapons of they shouldn't be sold or allowed.
Yeah, I don't want them to take up not one weapon. In my own opinion, I don't want them to take not one weapon up that's already out there on the street. Well, I just don't think they should sell them anymore, and they shouldn't have them at gun shows, because we got too many people that something has changed in this world. People don't care to die. Our young kids don't care to die. And I think it's because of some of these games that they play, because they get immune to, you sit there and you shoot people's arms off and cut their heads off, and you see all that, and there's kids out there that get fascinated by this.
But whenever we go back to the weapon, the weapon, you know, you've heard all the cliches about a weapon, but the people, Hillary, and whatever, of course, she don't like the gun things. And she's been using the number, I believe, of 30-some thousand people that are killed with weapons or whatever.
I think she said 33, 34,000 one time I was listening to her talk. And I don't know that figure. I've heard that figure is a lot higher than that.
Well, they play with these numbers. And the other night, whenever she gave her speech, I didn't see it or something, but somebody came on, one of the people, and said that they would like to correct that she did say how many people were killed, but she was misleading in the way she said it. Now, whenever we're talking about weapons of military weapons, when you go back, every weapon that we have, I don't care if it's that little revolver or the 1911, that's a semi-automatic. These are all military weapons originally.
Yeah.
And the AR-15 was not originally a military weapon. It was made, and then it was adopted by the military. It was a civilian weapon to begin with. As a matter of fact, Western Opto, I believe, was the big seller of the thing.
I heard something the other day, and I was reading an article about guns. Do you know back in the Western days in the early 1900s out west, you know, when everything was, you know, you've seen about every cowboy or whatever, they would wear big, heavy leather coats. You know why they wore them?
Well, I guess it would slow one down, slow a round down.
And what it was is because the bullets that they made back then would not penetrate that jacket. It was like the armor that we fix on police today, because these outlaws and whatever, they always wore them because the bullets were not strong enough to actually penetrate that leather.
Okay. In other words, instead of splitting that cowhide into 10 pieces, they used probably the full cowhide.
Probably.
About a quarter of an inch thick.
Yeah.
But anyhow, when we get back to this stuff.
Okay, go ahead.
This is a running total, is what it is. And and they're listing as abortion as being one of the causes of death. Now, that's a debatable thing. But that's the top of the list. And there's 1,061,000 of that. And the other one's heart disease. Now, there was somebody just now died from heart disease, or it went on record. It went up one right then. This is a running total. But if you go back to the deaths on, doggone it, homicides, or whatever, there were 16,000 homicides, and there's one here I'm trying to look up. Doggone it. I thought I had that stuff. Yeah, here it is. Murders by gun. Now, this is how many people that were killed by guns by murder was 11,175. Okay. Now, right above that, the next one up is prescription drug overdoses, and it's 14,585. So your chances of dying from a drug overdose is greater than...
Oh, right now, it's way high. I'm telling you.
But now, this is prescription drugs, not your illicit drugs on the street.
Oh, well, there's no question about it. That prescription drugs is actually killing more people than the illegal drugs, because prescription drugs is more readily available. Now, let me just say so. Last week or week before last, a young man down in Roane County. I said a young man, I think he was like in his 40s, got caught and was convicted for making methamphetamines. You know what kind of sentence he got?
There's no telling that. I'm not sure. There's a lot of stuff I don't even know what's going on.
He got 20 years. 20 years. They get caught here in Scott County and here, they get put in jail and they go before the judges and they get put on probation to have to pay so much into that court system every month, and they don't go to jail at all, and they'll stay out of jail until they get that and paid, and they go pick them up again because they're doing the same thing. In fact, about it, we had one boy over in Scott County that got caught 4 times making methamphetamines, and one of them was he got caught twice in one day.
Well, the legal system, I would say, and I've never seen any numbers, but I say the legal system is probably one of the biggest industries in this country. I'd say it would probably rate close to Walmart. But anyhow, on these best things, the one that really people never talk about, and this is medical errors, where somebody made a mistake in the hospital or whatever. It's over 204,000. That's this year alone. So, you see, when we're talking these numbers, they play with these numbers. The ones that catch your, what is it, your
attention?
Emotions.
Yeah.
Your emotional part of it. But this death thing, whenever they talk about high volume guns and mass shootings and stuff like that, they're overrating something that they can play with. I'd like to hear.
Try to scare people. And I agree with you. Listen, I'm telling you, people think that I'm against guns. I'm not against guns at all. I'm just against the and anyone wants to check my military record. I have 4 not sharpshooters, but expert badges from military in 4 different weapons that I was excellent in.
Well, that comes from practice, you see.
That comes from being a hillbilly, having to kill a squirrel with a rifle, or not wasting your shotgun shells because you can't afford to buy anymore. That's where it comes from.
Whenever we was kids, we would shoot everything that moved. I don't care what it was. If we run out of things to shoot, we got to shoot dragonflies or green flies. Shoot them on the porch, whatever. If we ran out of something to do. But anyhow, like I say, this number thing is they play with it. Is what it is. And now here's the other part of it. As far as we give things names like military style and all this stuff, but the citizen out here, what determines the weapon that he needs is depends upon what weapon he's going up against.
Right.
And if he's going up against a weapon out there on the street, he needs to be able to match it. And so does the law enforcement, to where they're not at a disadvantage.
Yeah, way law enforcement's going anymore. Dorothy, I'm sure glad they're getting these body cameras and stuff like that, aren't you?
Well, there's things that disturb me from what I'm seeing from law enforcement. There's 1 or 2, like where the person was shot 16 times. I couldn't hear the sound. I didn't hear the sound on it. But you could tell when the guy was hit by the first round, you could tell by his body reaction. He was done for the count at the first round.
Absolutely.
You could tell by his nerve, the way he reacted. He was down. And there was no point, in my opinion, to shoot that guy 15 more times. Anyhow, I've took you up to a heartbreak, and there's plenty of things we could have some fun out of.
And Merry Christmas to you and your wife, buddy.
Well, you too, and I wish the best for y'all and whatever health-wise and everything.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you. You have a safe one.
Okay, thanks, buddy. Bye-bye. We'll be back after these words from our sponsors.
And you're clear.
Are you missing out on extra Medicare benefits that you may be entitled to? Hi, my name is Blake McCoy with Independent Insurance Consultants. If you have Medicare A and B and have Medicaid, TennCare, Q&B, or receive extra help on your prescription, drug premium, and copays, I want to make sure that you are receiving all the extra benefits that you are entitled to. Call me toll-free today, 1-866-691-5571, and let me help you.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor. Here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Hi, I'm Ann Love with Linda Kilgore State Farm Agency. I have worked in the insurance and financial services industry for over 20 years, formerly with the John R. W. Brown Agency. I'm a native Campbell County and enjoy helping people with their insurance needs. Stop by and see me for all your insurance needs.
The Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT. The Mule Pro FXT is engineered to smooth out the most rugged terrain. Over 8.5 inches of suspension travel make uneven surfaces feel a lot less jarring, while a tight 16-foot turning radius combined with electric power steering means easy and effortless cornering on a dime. Engine braking is tuned for a controlled feel when heading downhill, and high output LED headlights light up the way. Round out this exceptional package with the maximum stopping power of front and rear disc brakes, and there's almost nothing the Mule Pro FXT can't handle. The 2015 Mule Pro FXT.
Why do my customers choose Husqvarna Power Equipment? That's easy, because my landscaping crew has to rely on a durable product.
I need the performance and quality that Husqvarna provides.
And the innovative products that help me move on with my day.
For maintenance parts or accessories, I don't have to go far. I know my Husqvarna dealer is right around the corner.
Make the impossible possible and visit a Husqvarna dealer near you.
Visit your local Husqvarna dealer or go to husqvarna.com for more information.
Okay, we're back. Again, I wanted to tell you our sponsors is True Value Homes in Huntsville and Ron's Indoor Flea Market. And folks, this Christmas, there's a lot of people down there shopping tonight whenever I was down there, and there's a lot of people down there the other day. So it's Saturday, and they only had 7 of those rain jackets left. So, and most of them I believe are small, but get down there and check them out. I appreciate it. And folks, yeah, I know it's Christmas time, but True Value Homes, this is a great time to get a home for that young lady if you're just getting married, or if you've been married 40 years and she's always wanting a beautiful home. They have some of the most beautiful homes you've ever seen, and the way they're laid out and what have you, it's just fantastic. Okay, I'm going to tell you a little story about a gun. And the reason I tell this story, for anybody out there ever think about even entertaining it in their mind at all, the one thing that I would not advise anyone to do is to try to break in or come into our house. Because I'm telling you right now, folks, before I go in my own home, I make sure my wife knows it's me. Because you'd be a sifter, and that's not good. And so, and there's a story goes along with that. Once upon a time, I'll tell you that story in a minute. You're on the air.
Hey, Ariel, I just wanted to tell you, I think years from now, Obama will go down in history as being one of the best
you know, I really do believe that too, because he has tackled the hard questions. He really has. And you look at where we went from our economic values to jobs, the things that really mostly means more to all of us. I mean, you know, I know that we're very, very concerned about our religious beliefs, but whenever it comes down to history, it don't measure us by our religious belief. It measures about how did you get things done.
That's right.
And I think that he will go down in history as a good president.
I mean, I think he's done a great job. I mean, the economy's booming. Look at the gas prices, the housing market, the jobs.
Absolutely.
I don't see how anybody has any argument whatsoever.
I don't either. And just like the lady said tonight, though, I guarantee you it has a little bit of about the color of his skin.
Right. You're exactly right.
Appreciate your call.
All right, thank
you. But this little story I was going to tell you about a gun, and like I say, and my guns will, I will never give up my guns. And I in fact, about it used to, I traded and sold guns a lot. And I know a friend that whenever the Sandy Hook thing happened, he went out and bought every gun that he could buy. Every gun that he could buy. I mean, he bought thousands of dollars worth of guns. And he took those guns to an auction in Powell for a BB gun. A BB gun, just a plain BB gun. How much would you think that he sold that BB gun for at auction in Powell, Tennessee? Someone call me and give me a guess. And it wasn't in good, he was going to throw it away, because he didn't think it'd sell. But when they put it up for auction, folks, he got $120. $120 for that BB gun. He sold guns that he paid less than $100 or $200 for. He sold them for $600 or $700 at an auction. He made thousands of dollars off of the Sandy Hook killing. Now, would you believe that I think that some of these things, not Sandy Hook, because that kid was crazy, but because he didn't intend to try to get away. But some of these that kills people and try to get away, you don't think that some of that stuff is actually rigged? You're on the air.
Hello, I was looking for somebody to talk to tonight. Did I hear you say earlier that there was 2 billion Muslims in the world and only 1% of them wanted to kill us?
I heard that on the news the other day. There's over 2 billion Muslims in the world, and they actually said less than 1% was wanting to try to kill us.
But you look at numbers on that 1% comes out to 20 million.
Well, that's about what's in ISIS. About 20. About 20 million.
We've only got 420,000 soldiers in our entire military.
I understand that. But the fact there's a difference in our military with the weapons and stuff that they got against those people that's got the rifles, and they don't have no kind of air power. They don't have no jets, no helicopters, none of that stuff. But I'm saying that's what I'm saying. But there's about that 1%, about 20 million people that's in that radical group at ISIS right now. Now there's other there's militants right here in the United States, whether it's ISIS or Baptist or Presbyterian or Methodist, Jews or Catholic, that will kill us because they're nuts.
Yeah, I agree with that. There's a lot of nuts people in this country. Anyway, I just wanted to clarify that and make sure that.
And that's the reason I'm saying 1%, about 20 million people would like to. That's in ISIS. That's what they estimate that the number of people that's in that group. But their military is not nothing hardly. But they just got. How do you deal with someone that they don't care to die? They want to die because they think that they're going to heaven and whatever, but it's their belief. That's the way they were raised, some of them, and they're just plumb radicals. And we're just like this guy that killed these 3 people up in Colorado the other day at this Planned Parenthood. You know, he's not a Muslim but he killed them because he didn't believe what they were doing is right.
Yeah, well, that guy should have been locked up before he was ever turned loose on the street. I mean, I agree with you on that. There's a couple other things, I know we don't have a lot of time here.
Well, we got plenty of time. I got about 12 minutes before I go.
Okay, 12 minutes. Department of Labor, you came up with a figure of 5% unemployment or whatever.
Yes.
The Department of Labor only counts the people that are on or have applied for unemployment benefits.
Yes, I realize that.
Those benefits.
I realize that.
Those numbers are put out like the COLA numbers are for Social Security increases. They make those numbers up, and they just put those numbers out. And it's misleading. It's used by the government to manipulate the public, manipulate the stock market.
Yeah. Well, let me ask this. How many help wanted signs do you see? Everywhere you go, you see help wanted. And I don't believe for a minute that there's anybody out there that's able-bodied, off of drugs. Now, these people that's on drugs, we don't count them anymore because they're not going to work anyway, and they're not going to fill out, and they'll go to work for a week probably. I'll have to tell you another little story. In Takahata is a Japanese factory over in Scott County, and they advertised, and they actually I advertised for them trying to find 10 employees, okay? And they hired they interviewed 20 people. They hired 2 of them because the others failed drug tests. The 2 that they hired, one of them lasted 1 or 2 days because she did not want to work second shift. And one of them lasted about a week or week and a half, long enough to get a payday, and she went to lunch and never come back.
Yeah, well, I'm aware of the drug problem in Campbell County. I've been around here a little while, and I'm fully aware of it. I've tried to get people to work for me, and they'll work a half a day, they won't pay, so they can run and get them some Mountain Dew or beer and cigarettes, and then they don't come back. They just leave your tools laying out.
That's exactly right. I've hired.
It's serious. It's a serious problem in Campbell County, but it's also a serious problem in Claiborne County and Union County and
Scott County, because I'm telling you,
Miami County, Ohio, has got a terrible heroin problem. So, it's all over the place. Drugs are a vicious thing to get involved in.
Absolutely. But
the other thing, somebody called in and said we gave Iran $152 billion. I don't think we gave Iran $152 billion. I think we freed up $152 billion of their money that we had claimed on an embargo. So
right.
That's misleading information.
It didn't come from our taxpayer. It was still billions and billions of dollars where we kept that monies because of embargoes are sanctions. I mean, it's unreal how much money that's in the United States or something that where we have their money, but we won't let them have it because if they don't do what they're supposed to do, and that money is not that they put it in our banks, that money is what we owe them for their products.
Yeah, it was all frozen bank accounts that they opened up, 152 million. So
a billion.
Yeah, a billion, 152 billion.
Right.
And one other thing, which is kind of a pet thing of mine, is the senior center. Okay.
Okay.
I'm not going to say anything that's going to get you or me or one in any trouble with the lawyers, okay?
Right.
But I do want to say, as far as the senior center is concerned, there's a lot of false information floating around and a lot of he said, she said. It will be clarified when this case goes to trial, and I'm sure it is going to trial. The truth is, no one's trying to shut that senior center down.
Uh-huh.
A lot of us just want the place to be run for the benefit of the public instead of it as a private club. It is a public corporation, and there are things going on there that shouldn't be going on with a public corporation. But
well, my whole thing, I've said
and the mayor has got a direct conflict of interest down there because he's got Butch Kohlmeyer on the payroll down there, and he's also got Butch Kohlmeyer voting on anything he wants him to vote on the county commission. So that's another story, and he needs to handle that himself before election time comes up, because I'm gonna campaign against him, or whoever is running against him. I'm gonna campaign against him in the next election, and he's gonna have to answer for that.
Okay. Well, here's my stand on the senior citizen. I don't have anything against anyone, but here's my basic point. Two things that you just don't mess with if you're in politics or whatever, and you don't take credit for anything that happens at a senior citizen center. I'll get it out in a minute. Or good or bad, because seniors and children are something. If you're in politics, you don't mess with. You know what I'm saying?
Better feel the Department of Labor comes up with that COLA for Social Security recipients, because I am ticked off at them because my insurance went up, my taxes have went up, everything's went up, and they telling me that for senior citizens there's no cost of living because the cost of living didn't go up. So,
well, I tell you what, I disagree with that wholeheartedly, don't you? Because every time I go to Walmart or go to, something has gone up.
So that's one thing we agree on, and it's the prices have went up everywhere.
Yeah.
Just because the gas prices are down a few pennies, or 30 cents a gallon, or whatever you said you filled up with.
I filled up with for $1.68 a gallon today.
Yeah, I think the Murphy station's $1.68.9 or whatever. Yeah. But, a few years ago, they used the variation in gas prices as an excuse not to give the senior citizens a cost of living increase, because they said gas and fuel oil prices were too volatile.
Yeah.
So they couldn't use them. Now they're using them and saying that we don't need a cost of living because the cost of living hasn't gone up.
Well, I tell you, I think
federal employees will get a cost of living.
I just think it's a disgrace. But I've got to say, we operate a little old TV station over in Scott County, and it's not big enough. We don't have enough people to advertise or do the gospel shows and whatever, and it's just very hard for us to operate. And there's 3 or 4 of us that works for nothing, and we got one employee, and we can't afford to pay them a decent salary. Because
that's another thing that you mentioned, Roger. I just thought of it too. You were talking about volunteers on Meals on. Most Meals on Wheels operations do operate with volunteers, but this one here in La Follette pays a driver that goes around and delivers the Meals on Wheels.
Yeah, a lot of them do. That don't actually pay the drivers. They actually buy their fuel. I checked that out. But as far as paying them a salary, I don't know about that. Do you?
Well, I think they've got their own van. You know, they pay somebody to drive that van. Now, like I said, I don't want to get you or me or one in trouble.
Well, I have no idea about that. I really don't.
You know, like I said, there's a lot of false information floating around.
Okay. Well, let's just hope that everybody it ends up with nobody getting hurt, and we can get it settled, and that's what we need to do. Okay.
Well, I don't go down there anymore. You know, I used to go to the dances on Thursday and Saturday night, and, you know, the band's friends of mine. But I don't go anymore. I don't go anywhere where I can't have fun.
Yeah, appreciate your call.
Take it.
You're on the air.
That man talked about that $152 billion as their money. I believe there was 57,000 United States got killed in Vietnam. For what?
Yeah, it's 58,000 something in that. You know, I had the closest person in my life, other than my grandfather, to get killed in that war.
What did he get killed for?
Nothing.
Absolutely nothing. How much is the United States right now still paying on war?
Yeah, I don't have any idea, but I'm like you.
Billions in benefits. And to think that we should take money to give back to Vietnam?
Yeah.
That is stupid. I mean, that is stupid. And Iran, what have they done?
Well, what they did, they actually agreed that, okay, we will do this. Yeah. Okay. Appreciate your call.
Holocaust is what he said.
Okay.
And the death to Israel.
Okay. Appreciate your call. And have a Merry Christmas, because I've just got about 3 or 4 minutes left. You're on the air.
How are you tonight, Ariel?
I'm doing good.
I had to call to say I'm really disappointed in our county mayor. The Toys for Tots, there was a lot of people kept waiting to see, you know, to go sign up. Well, they never did see anything, and we found out that Mr. Baird, when he was in there, that he was the one that done the Toys for Tots, and someone went down to the mayor's office and talked to them. They said, well, it wasn't their responsibility. Well, no, it wasn't their responsibility, but they should have wanted to have kept that going for the children of Campbell County.
Okay. Well, did anybody, or did you go over to Scott County to see the Christmas display and stuff that they had at the high school?
No, I didn't get to go.
Boy, I heard it was cold, but they had a crowd, and it was just beautiful. Appreciate your call.
Thank you.
Thank you. I got time for one more call, folks. One more quick call, and I'll be out of here. If there's anybody out there, because I know the phone was ringing, and I missed the call coming in. If you still want to get in, you can get in. But meantime, True Value Homes is bringing you my show. It's 663-8633. Keith Klothfelder, and at Huntsville, Tennessee, about 19 miles from highway or exit 141, and you can't miss it when you get to the second red light in Huntsville, and that's the only two there. Between here and there, it's just right there on the left, and you can't miss it. True Value Homes. And Ron's, folks, go in and just tell him that Ariel sent you, because he's selling out a lot of stuff, and the Ugg boots and stuff like that is going fast. So, good night, everybody, and Merry Christmas, and I hope to see you all next week. Be safe. You got it, my friend? Well, I guess she's not in there right now. She just, I might be looking at the wrong clock. But anyway, tonight's show I thought went awful well. I expected a lot more negative calls than what I got. I had plenty of calls. I mean, it started out slow. The first half hour was slow, but I realized that because everybody and their grandpa was down at Lowe's or at Walmart, or they was at the Mexican restaurants. They was at well, every place, even Kentucky Fried where I ate had several people in Kentucky Fried, more than usual. Every place was just busy. You got me, buddy?
You ready?
I'm ready.
All right, I'm sorry.
Hey, this is Mark with Insurance Consultants. You're used to seeing Blake McCoy sitting here, and I'm up here cutting a new commercial for y'all to look at. I help people with have Medicare and TennCare, and if you've got any questions about what you're eligible for, whether you should be getting extra benefits, is your plan changing, or do you even need anything to go with your Medicare, those are the types of questions I can help you with. Please give me a call at 1-866-691-5571. I'll be glad to give you a call, and as always, we charge nothing for our services. If we can help you in any way, we'll be glad to do it. Y'all have a good day.
Riggs Drugs has been a part of Campbell County for generation after generation, serving our friends and neighbors. And now we have redesigned our store to better serve you. It's the same knowledgeable and friendly staff, but a new look and new technology to ensure you get your prescriptions fast. We've always got you covered from prescriptions to all your home health needs. We've always been more than a pharmacy, still offering a huge selection of gifts and decor. Here at the new and improved Riggs Drugs.
Linda Kilgore, State Farm.
State